All right, guys. So the point of today's video, I'm going to get right into it, are things that I've changed my mind about over the years as far as programming, as far as what to do to get the best results possible from a strength standpoint and a physique standpoint. And right off the bat, I have to be completely open about this. This was something I was completely wrong about for the entirety of my lifting career. Ever since I started at age 14, and I was so wrong about it that I need to just really get this out there as the first thing. And the first thing would be the importance of diet. Diet is massively important to progress from a strength and size, physique, hypertrophy standpoint. It's insane. Like, it's blowing my mind. Ever since the 100-mile race, which was June 14th, I have cleaned up my diet immensely. I'm getting roughly, I want to say, 220 grams of protein, 215 grams of protein per day. I'm not eating very much at all processed food. And I've just cleaned up everything entirely. And right now, I weigh 204 pounds in the morning. So I'm not that heavy, but my physique has changed to such a drastic extent that I'm realizing now, I held myself back so much in my prime, my lifting prime, from what I could have accomplished had I eaten properly. So I was always very open about talking about, I ate, more or less junk food. I would do the pound of ground beef and the rice-a-roni and just ate a bunch of candy and chips and everything, ice cream. And now, my diet's basically a 25 gram of protein Greek yogurt in the morning. And then I have a pound of ground beef with some rice, jasmine rice, and butter throughout the day. Have a scoop of protein powder. I have a protein bar. I have 6 whole eggs a day with tomatoes. I have a couple slices of toast. I have a third of a container of cottage cheese with berries. And that's really the gist of it. And then I have some cheese as well. And that's pretty much been the diet. And my physique is blowing up. As you can probably see, the difference in how I look from the ultra marathon a couple weeks ago to now, I've been lifting for 3 weeks, is insanity. Almost bigger than I was at my peak back in December, January, like my peak size when I was really pushing the arm growth. So I have to admit, seeing my strength climb, seeing my physique take off like this to a point where it was almost better, like those things are going up more rapidly and I'm putting on size more rapidly than I did even when I wasn't running. It's blowing my mind. I'm not on creatine either right now. Like, the only supplements I'm taking, I started taking Shilajit 4 days ago, seeing what that does. And I'm taking 200 micrograms of vitamin K2, MK7 every night. And then I'm taking two capsules of Chanca Piedra. Whether or not that does anything for kidney stones, I don't know. That's an herb. Those are the only things I'm taking. So it's pretty wild. And I even have blood work. Like, if people ever want to question my drug-free status or anything like that, I got blood work left and right all the time. I do it all the time. So I've got labs. I need to post them up from June 7th of my total testosterone levels were 404 nanograms per deciliter. That was with like 80, 90 miles a week of running, and I was still eating pretty poorly at the time. So I would venture to guess that the proper diet now has skyrocketed my testosterone levels. I really, truly think that's what's going on, because the gains are insane. And I've never seen progress like this, particularly now that I've been over 3.5 years drug-free, and I'm 204 pounds. But it's arguably like the most size I've put on in the shortest amount of time. Some of that is muscle memory, sure, but my point being that the gains are far more rapid than they were even when I wasn't running or anything, and when I was lifting hard, but I was not eating properly. So diet, 100%, you need to dial it in. That could be what's holding you back. Quite simply, that could be the factor. As a drug-free lifter or a lifetime natural lifter, you don't have the leeway. You don't have the room for error that a enhanced lifter has. So you have to dial in your diet, or you're not going to make as much progress as you could make. That is my biggest thing. It's insane. Other thing I want to talk about, I never really trained isolation movements or biceps. Man, you can blow your arms up with isolation movements and bicep training. I do 10 sets of bicep work twice a week. That's what I do for my arms. 10 sets, whether it's cable curls, whether it's barbell curls, whether it's dumbbell curls. 10 sets twice a week. My arms have exploded. They've responded so well to this. That's the simple recipe for big biceps, in my opinion. Isolation work has been integral to my programming. I stay healthier. I look better. I feel better. Like, you need to do isolation work, even if you're a powerlifter. Isolation accessories is key. You have to do it. Like, it's one of the things I was completely wrong about. I was always a compound zealot. You got to do compound lifts and nothing else. It doesn't, it's like isolation work will do more for your strength and for your size than you realize. So that's another point I'd like to hammer home. The other thing I was completely wrong about, the importance of warming up. And I don't mean just putting weight on the bar and jumping up with your warm-up sets and going heavier and heavier progressively. I mean taking time before your lifts, taking 30 minutes to do shoulder mobility work with bands, with PVC pipes, things like that, to do it before your deadlift and squat day. Hip mobility work, to do internal rotation work on the hips, external rotation work on the hips, to do low back activation and glute activation like the McGill Big Three, to do core work all the time, weighted planks, weighted side planks, static work like that. It is so important. If you want to stay healthy long term, you cannot neglect your warm-ups. One of the biggest things I did that cost me during that prime period of lifting when I was on all the stuff was never warming up. I was like, why would I do this? It's not important. And the problem with anabolic steroids is that you think you can get away with a lot of stuff, so you skip a lot of the important stuff. You skip the warm-ups, you skip the proper diet, you skip all these things that would have added a lot more to your game because you're so reliant on the anabolic steroids helping you. And I can make a whole nother video about that, and I probably will, but those are the main things that come to me now that I'm like, wow, I was completely wrong about all of them. I learned my lesson. Here I am now. And it's such a contrast. And if you guys are interested in coaching for strength or powerlifting, email me at prstrength1@gmail.com. I can get you big. I can get you strong. I can get you healthy. I mean, I'm still running twice a week. Yesterday was 5.7 miles. In the heat, it was a lot of hills, tons of hills on that route. Never had to walk once, so I'm still in good shape. I'm still maintaining the lean physique, the cardio, trying to be healthy while still getting as strong as possible in the shortest amount of time. So I am pumped about what's coming. I am so stoked. I haven't been this passionate about strength training and powerlifting in years. I don't think I've been this passionate about it in 6-7 years. So I'm fired up again. I'm ready to go. If you like the channel, please subscribe. It supports me. Check out Barbell Apparel. These guys are freaking awesome. They're all the clothes I wear. Yes, they're my sponsor, so I am biased, but truthfully, they're the only clothes I wear. I love them. Like, I love the fit of them. So the shirts fit tight. They fit awesome. The shorts fit awesome. I can move around and squat in them and all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. The Lord is good. Look up Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it, and they are safe. And that's what we have to do. We have to give the glory to God, and He will guide us. And I hope you guys, check that out as well. Check out the Bible and ask me any questions.